はい。ということで、寝ても覚めてもディスコエリジウムやっていきます。と言ってもですね、現状、やれることがもうほぼなくて、2日目の終わりなんですけど、こいつですね、こいつ21時以降に28号室を訪れて在宅してるか確かめろっていうやつぐらいかなという感じで、あと、もろもろ、ルネってやつが誰なのかもう全然わかんなくて今、困り果てているんですが、あとは、タイタスと話しても何も起こらないブラートのために署名を集めるのも、翌日の水曜日からしか通れない場所に行かなきゃいけないのと、アーマーの製造番号の照合もで、車がないのでできない、等々ですね。今の、今日の時間軸じゃできないことだらけって感じなので、ちょっと時間だけ進めてみて、21時以降にノックする、訪れるというのをやってから、3日目に移行しようかなと思います。
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench, your feet.
1時間ごとにしか待機ができないのか。ちょっと思考が完成したので。
Jamais vu derealization. Jamais vu, the opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but
見たことがないと感じることを
everything that should be familiar
ジャメーブっ
is
ていうんだ。
strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask
ボーナス、応募を選択するごとに1の経験値を獲得。あらゆる知性の学習上限が1増加。割と美味しいのか、このボーナスは。で、いらないボーナスは忘れていくこともできるんですけど、まあいいでしょう。これですね、知性の強化上限が1プラスされたと。
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffiti.
経験値が1ずつ入るっていうのは新しいものに限るのかな。とりあえず時間を進めていきます。
Time pass, you ponder upon. Time pass, you ponder upon an endless.
はい。21時になりまし
This case
た。
is unsolvable.
で、ここか。 出る場所が違う。こっちから来たよ。ああ、違う。ここでいいのか。で、28号室。ここだっけ？
This door is made of metal and appears no one answers. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back
明
tomorrow
日の
evening
夜。
after 21.
明日じゃなきゃダメなのか。じゃあ本当にもう今日することはないって感じだな。OK です。無駄足だった。夜になったら出てくるキャラが変わるとかは多少あるんでしょうけど、結構遅い時間でも質屋とかやってたしな、昨日というか、1日目も。ここに話しかけれる相手も。進展もないので寝ちゃいましょうか。
The bed is still cold from the broken window and not too inviting, but it's yours. You've earned. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window.
Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you're not cooperating. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your...
That pain in your right side is your
耳
enlarged
の右
liver,
脇
by
腹
the
の
way.
痛みは肥大
As
し
for
た
your
肝臓の
kidneys,
せいだ。
you've really been
肝臓
compounding
か。
the damage lately.
腎臓はというと、最近ますます悪くなったようだな。ああ。思うに俺は治療が必要だ。そうかな？
Oh, yes. That'll check you out.
Don't be stupid, Harry. It's
い
not
くらあいつらでも
happening.
新しい肝臓や腎臓は作れない。
Kidneys and livers in hospital. All
強すぎ
you've
去る
got to do is
神に能
pray.
力だけど。
You're just stuck here in the half world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
うん？
Sure you do.
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness.
この平
Look at
面
all
系
these
の
lights blinking in and
語
out of
る
existence. Thoughts. You're just pretending that you're
言葉の
asleep.
意味が全然わからん。
Even to yourself. While the world goes on without you.
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best.
よくなんかいろいろ言ってきたけど、最終的に起きろしか言ってないな。はい。
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever, a fine web of scarring, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet the shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. And maybe, just maybe, the door is closed. Still nothing.
Oh, キムさん、お久しぶりで。
Yes.
人が増えて
You
る。
look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
見た目重要じゃない中身で勝負だ。
Yeah, I know.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face.
I'm not getting involved in this.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like.
まるで運に見放された男、俺だって必死にやってるんだぜ。
Oh, well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying hard.
低い 17%。まあ無理でしょうが、やってみますか。ホワイトスキルチェックだもんな。
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform.
消防士の制服。
Exactamundo. Of course, you don't have to. You can talk about anything you want.
No. Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? Actually,
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related
So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? Watch out for yourself.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you?
Oh really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a cool.
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's
馬面の女。
winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now. Yes, I am. I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
"俺や君に何かしたかな?人に嫌われる
No,
理由
you
は大体そ
haven't
れだ。
wronged me. So, okay, fine.
What does one talk about with...
What precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
"なんでもない、ただ気になっただけだ。
The sooner you figure this hanging out, the sooner everyone can go home. I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside.
Okay,
I'm just looking out.
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Yes, a policewoman who just wants to do her job.
something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
何にも情報増えなかったけど、この会話は何だったんだ？
Can I help you?
インタラクトできるものが増えてる。これなんだ？トマト。
The man ponders his cooking utensils.
Oh, hello, dear.
"これで無線で問い合わせ
You see
る
a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
ICP からシリアルナンバーについて連絡はあったか？
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt, sur la clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie.
警備会社
A
からの
security
特注品の
contract
一つ
to
です。
protect the interests of Iranian pharmaceutical companies. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over, and the most recently registered firm that
フレネル
the
と
ICP
い
has
う
been able
軍
to
事
connect
請
to
負
the
業者。
CCP is a military
その前は
contractor
ダウ
called
ンウェル。
Fresnel, and the one before it was Downwell.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though. Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then. Not yet. But I was able to convince the database people to share private sector
明日の朝までに連絡が
They
来るは
promised
ず
to
で
get back
す。
to me by
はい
tomorrow
はい。
morning. Do you have any other questions? 57's... Oh,
In the cabin, you see a set.
で、3日目、水曜の朝にはなれば、水門が片付いて先に進めるようになるっていう話でしたね。
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be, and a mechanical lever sitting in the middle.
いけない状態変わってないよな。とりあえずやってみよう。
A rusting control panel with loose. You grab the handle
お、
and
水門
pull
閉
the
じ
lever
れた。
up. As soon as the metal, the water lock starts moving.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your...
あれ、こっから先に行くにはどうしたらいいんだ。ここを通ればいいのか。いやでも、やることも何も、漁村の方に行かないとやること増えないでしょう。お金がいっぱい落ちてる。
A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is...
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely...
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark. The logo is too deep in the murky water. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice.
引き上げるには専門家のチームがいるだろう。
Single day in the salty sea.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet.
The estimate is correct.
Let's wait for the low tide.
潮が引くのを待って車内を確認しよう。潮
Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something.
I don't know.
1時間か2時間
Two
か。
tops?
ブランコに座って潮が引くのを待つ。
As you sit down in the old rust, the hinges creak under your weight. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high
Sure.
above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage. The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitch
なんか
and
急に
slightly more
ブロマンスが始まった。
trill. Two birds on a wire, whistling. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Yes, 41. What?
It's as if he knows what it stands for. Or does he know something about that speed racer?
41。地域のなんたらか文書
A precinct. Yes. A police
41文書
precinct 41.
うちじゃん
Your precinct.
うちじゃねえか
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face
君
it,
の
so we
車は
can
海
start
の
dealing
中だ
with this.
認めるんだああやらかしてたの俺だったクソだろ俺の車じゃないか俺が自分で突っ込んで
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal.
身分証10次はこれだ
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. But you'd be lucky to find
Hidoy.
one undamaged component in there. In a few months. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long
4
run,
万リア
it
ル
still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station...
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
何もかもうまくいってたのにさっきは俺たち楽しく口笛なんか吹いたりして
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
どうやったら出してやれる
We
無理
don't.
だよ現時点で引
The
き上げ作業
rescue
実行でき
operation
ない
really isn't viable at this point. Of whom?
Probably. Try definitely.
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that.
飲
for
酒
many
運転
years.
じゃねえかよしかも
Look at it.
もう
Parts
ダ
of
メ
it
だ
might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off. Yes, let's go take a look.
迷惑ドライバーを見つけるタスクが完了しました自分でしたパッチだ来たこれやったぜこのジャケットは割といいジャケットなんじゃないか両方プラス1視覚計算と団結春分両方プラス1結構アイテムも溜まってきたんだけど質屋に売り飛ばしていいかどうかの判断がなかなか難しい
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is
At least something good came out of all this.
encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information. You see a photo, a name, a rank. The man keeps winking at you, but the badge is new. You used an 8, maybe 10 years. The guy, what do you think? His face is already contorted. The badge in your hand shines
バ
as
リアーディボ
That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Everhart was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
アハリアーデュボア
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
a name like armor.
ハリア・
Pleased
デ
to
ュボ
make
ア
your
か。
acquaintance, Harry.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above
警部
sergeant
補
and below captain.
長
It's
長
the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
現場捜査に当たる警察官の中では RCM で最上位の階級だよ。ほう。
The title of E. Freighter is added to your
昇
rank
級を
when
辞
you
退した
decline
ときに
promotion
長の
to
称
a
号
higher
が与えられる。
In your case,
君の
captain.
場合は警備へ
You
の
have
昇
declined
級だね。
twice. Thus you're
そして
W.
君は昇級を2度辞退している。それで長女になったんだ。昇級を辞
There
退し
are
た。
many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might
上
be
の
taken.
階級の
Or
デコン
sometimes promoted
タージュ
officers
に
would
空
want
きがなか
to
ったの
replace
かも
their
しれない。
superiors.
デコンタージュってなんだ？あるいは上司にとって変わることを嫌がる人もいる。上司を尊敬するあまりね。ポン。
And sometimes they just prefer the type of police
今の
work
階級で
provided
できる
with the current rank.
でき
In
る
your
仕事を
case,
続けたいという
lieutenant.
人もいる。デコンプタージュってのはなんだ？
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia.
階級
It
シ
means
ステム。
counting down to twos.
2人で1組の体制。
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in
革
turn
命期に
was
左翼
developed
が
by
採
last
用
century
していた
experimental
二重式系
psychologists
統をモデ
in
ル
the
にして
University of
開
Clements
発され
Spain.
た。全然わかんね
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, kings like satellite officers, and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
え。衛星
You are
警
given
官
the
というの
title
は
of satellite officer.
相棒
If
の
your
昇級
partner
が
is
入るとそれに
quickly
伴って
promoted
自分の
through the
階級も上がるん
ranks
だ
and you rise with
君が衛星警官
You
だとは
don't
思えない
seem
け
to
ど
be a satellite.
あんたが俺のくだらん用事に我慢して付き合っているのも俺の方が階級が上だから
No,
か
I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach,
Ah,
you're doing good police work.
君
It
の
matters
キツラギ
more
はいい
than
ことを言って
driving
く
your
れる
motor carriage into the sea.
欲しい言葉を
And
く
now
れる
you
よ
even found your badge.
He trusts you for now. Try not to spoil it.
紙に
Such
姿
a
勢を戻
small
す
yet precious.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, 4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when a new badge usually comes with a new...
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing...
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 50. It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock.
ジャムロック全体
That
が管
district
轄
should have 3 precincts, but
本当
money
なら
is
3
what
つは
it is.
文書が必要なところだが予算の都合上仕
But
方な
then
い
again,
激
it's
務
a
なんだ
legendary district and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Pride.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your fore. He knew all those people, although they're not from... The badge in your hand shines. This is it, the scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes, not as such. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point.
Looks like it. Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
レベルアップはちょっと放置しとこうかな。あ、でも2ポイントあるから1ポイント振るか。 説得の技術を磨け。百科事むき出しの知力を世界を推論する。これあげようか。OK。
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine. Huh?
このボートの下だ、金もかからない。寝床。
Sarcastic self-pity. I understand the situation.
You have a home somewhere. All cops.
クイックトラベルがアンロックされた。漁師小屋。この辺が漁村になってるのか。あとこっち側で調べてないところはないかな。からこう来たんだもんな。よし。あ、いや、ここも開いてる。威力回復アイテムめっちゃ手に入るな。翼の星が落書きされている。リボン、蝶ネクタイ。首輪につけられる。内陸帝国よりは演劇の方が強いか。 あ、いける。順調に金も稼げてますね。テープ33図で一番小さな教会。これあれなのでは？悲しい曲の入ったテープなのでは？
There's no way to listen to a pawn shop.
順調にお金が貯まってきた。なんかいっぱい集まってる。
The worn and beaten.
We can sit on.
You can revisit the bench.
インターアイソラパンツ。あれ、いけない。ん？あれ？お、ぐるっといくのか。お、空き瓶だ。やった。
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. How's business? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset.
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker? Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies. We are saving the world.
世界を救ってんのさ。
Please don't call. Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried.
企業精神とクリエイティビティと意志の力で世界を救おうと頑張った。でもうまくいかなかった。
It's a pirate's life for me. It's you. We've met before.
前に会ったことあるだろう。覚えてないのか。
No, you sure don't.
覚えてない。
Aha. Do you want to? Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords.
先週の金曜日にマルティネーズに転がり込んできたテキーラサンセット。あんたのことだが、最高の男、神話の男だよ。待て、俺たちは金曜日に会ったのか。
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the word. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high
そうなんだよ
concept
な。
if
聞け
you
ば
ask
聞
me.
くほど拳銃で脅すクソ刑事なんだよな。
Does that sound? The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our... One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere.
四輪車の音が聞こえてきたと思った瞬間、立て続けにガッシャーンとかドッカーンとかいう音がしたんだ。
Do you remember the sound?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in. Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will.
沈黙のあいう声とでも言おうか。
We heard the carriage
車が最高速度のまま海岸に向かってぶっ込んでいく音が聞こえた。
Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We
誰
grabbed
かが
our
運河を
whiskeys
飛び越えたような
and
音だっ
rushed
た。
to the jetty.
俺たちはビールをひっつかんで
Never underestimate the speed of an
桟橋に急いだ。アル中の行動速度を甘く見るなよ。
What we saw was a sight to
ぐちゃぐちゃになった警察車両があって、その中にあんたがいた。
containing you. Right, the time. So naturally, being the curious cat I am, the time hath come for
Sunset
tequila
の時来たね。
sunset, the end of all things.
何も言わないでおく。
After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right up.
Your hands cramp on the steering.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit. Like some kind
奇
of
跡的に
sea
無
monster.
傷だった。海藻やら何やらにまみれて、まるで海の怪物みたいだっ
When we
て。
finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from
待って、
then
それじゃ
on.
テキーラサンセットの何かの事件のことなのか、それとも名前か？
I'm not sure. I think you were the event. Tequila sunset.
あ、そうか、テ
You
キー
know,
ラ
as
サンライズって
opposed
のがある
to
の
a。tequila sunrise. No, that's just what your mother called you. Ours. It was an
一晩飲み
all-night
続けた。
drink-a-thon. Then at some
多分
point,
日曜の朝だった
I
と思
think
う
it
が
was。Sunday morning, you
あん
got
た喧嘩腰で
belligerent
レ
and
バショール
wanted
の
to
女につい
talk
て
about
話をしたがった。
Forever Surely. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while,
Wow, that's quite a story.
yeah, I bet tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct.
If you only knew.
特定の誰かにやられたとか何か言ってなか
You
った
were
か。
pretty vague about it, but you kept.
No one's fucked me. Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If
他
I
に
had
何か
to
なくしたとか
decide
口
your
にしなかっ
gun
た
and
か。
your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, in retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage.
事件について何か口
Yeah,
にしなかった
you
か。
said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
You told us that they were a bunch. No specifics, though. It was. Yeah, you said that you'd really
連合の
behaved
代表と同じ責
unreasonably
任を果たすの
and
に失敗
failed
したと
to
言ってい
uphold
た。
your responsibilities as a representative of. You kept You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
ああ、結構ネガティブ思考なところもあったんだ、前の自分は。
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I have whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum. It depends.
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his pocket. You might get scammed here.
I don't want it, man. I need... So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
あんたに先をやる気はない。あんたの講演者じゃないんだな。
In that case, I'm not a storyteller. You too, Tequila.
As you turn, a bright light from a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Dick
Dick
man.
cock.
Salam Rocky Bai, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just heartbreak, a pulmonary tract infection. This is the beginning of your legend.
Sure.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you.
なんか新しい思考がもらえた。
The noxious odor.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't!
アビゲイル。女性の名前ですね。
You're not going to. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me? Don't call her.
Tequila...
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I've got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I've got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
タバコをくれ。
My kind of guy. Here you go, friend. In the civilized world, it's a custom.
ついにタバコを手に入れましたよ。これを右手に装備して、
There it is, a brave little army in your pocket. The first smokes platoon. You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. Get a load of this rock and roll cop here, people. Johnny Thundercop. The lighter's dark green disposable plastic. Safety's off. In your case, the safety is repercussions. There's a high risk. It will help you concentrate a bit. That much is true. Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and soul. A nostalgia for yourself.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a
姿勢
cigarette
スキルが
button.
プラス1される。ホワイトスキルチェックの直前に使うと効果的だが、
Logic,
体力にダメージを受ける
rhetoric,。
なるほど。
conceptualization,
よし、タバコ吸えミッションも完了。無事に。まあ、これ以降タバコを吸うことはないでしょう。ミッション用に吸っただけで 回復アイテムも少ないんですよね、なんか手持ちが。それに僕はあまりタバコが好きではないので、ミッション用途以外では吸うことはないでしょう。調べてなかった。あ、ドアか、これ。
The scruffy, the other one, looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother. The stone-kicking one becomes...
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. The rock kicker was just being...
You're bad with kids. Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not...
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game. You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have...
Then how does she know you're here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take
こ
care
の
of
協調
trouble
ってのは
then.
どんなもんなんだ？
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound. Maybe they are because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even, I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
この辺に誰が来たらどこに泊まる？
That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it.
金を取る
Take
気は
it
ない
as
よ
a。gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much
わか
anyway.
った、乗った。
You can stay there. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
この漁村には
Just
何があ
us.
るんだ？
It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
It's cold.
Riddles. Fits with the gen...
Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost. As you please. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. If you knew folks live in the house
東
to
に
the
行
east.
ったところの小屋に
But they
は
are
近頃
away
住み着い
right
た
now.
人が何人かいる。
And then there's the drugs. I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up. Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard. She nods, rinsing another piece of
海
cloth.
岸をずっと下ると何があ
Not
るんだ？
much.
大して何
There's
も
the
ない。
abandoned church, the Doloyan
教
Church
会。
of Humanity. It's been there since before. Some things just don't fly, officer.
ここじゃ誰か教会に行ったりするもんかね。
Who'd go to church
300
here?
年前に建てられたもんだが、当時はさぞかし綺麗だったのに。
years ago.
So, they don't hold services.
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. Before you get to the church, there's some ruins. An apartment of note. The old fish market up on the
古い魚
boardwalk.
市場が遊歩道の上にあるよ。閉まってるがね。
No one. That's why it's closed. It was now. What catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the what? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? Used to be a supply depot. We think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jam shut though. We try to
ラ
get
ンズエ
in.
ンドの廃
See
墟を
if
見
there
て
was
きたらどうか。
anything now. You know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Not now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double.
「入れた」工業用石炭ペレットがオレンジ色に燃えている。
Hello, mister.
大丈夫なのか？
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally,
こ
she
の辺に
twirls
住んで
it
る女の子
around.
がアーマーのグローブを持ってるって聞いたんだが、君か？
Oh, I had
Where did you get this?
found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek.
かくれんぼをしていた時に見つけたの。
When no one lives,
誰も住んでない空っぽのお家の
I
中
think
で。
someone hit.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
で、そのグローブはどこにある？
I hid them. The
双子
twins
た
were
ちに
gonna
取られ
take
ちゃう
them.
でしょ。あの人たちはバカだから。
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house.
砂のお城の中にある。お家の裏よ。砂の下。お城を壊してもいいわ。
It's not
あんまり上手に
very
で
good.
上手にできなかったの。
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They look the same. They look. My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad. It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Garth's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
Sure. Just go and get it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
All right. You just need to grab.
It's Lammy. He's my friend.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft?
天使だ。回復してくれた。ありがてえ。
Bye.
あーって家の裏の砂の後ろ、これかな？
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining. The walls and floors give way to the
アー
giant's
マーのグロー
greed,
ブが見つかっ
collapse
た。
and present you with a pair of ceramic.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlet.
ほど。この、なんか頭に浮かぶ丸い玉みたいなやつに触れるたびに経験値が1入るようになったのか。なるほど。どこがどっからどう行けるのかが全然わからん。とりあえずあの小銭を取りたいんだ。めちゃめちゃぐるっと一周しなきゃいけない。
The scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Correct. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like the manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be...
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least. The heads lie 10 meters away. Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. The morning sun rises beyond the horizon, radiating the first. A long time has passed since the moment of this fuse. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here,
執行する側の心的負担を減らすため、一人だけに実装が入ったライフルが手渡されるという方法が取られなかったか、まるで全員が完全無双して行った大量虐殺のようだ。
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes. They stand, 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic. The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashing.
I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by
ここで処刑されたのは応答主義の保守派たちだろう。内戦初期に共産主義者たちに殺されたんだ。あるいは紛争末期に連合軍によって死に追い込まれた共産主義者たちかもしれない。
It could even have been the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast.
Or maybe.
連合軍といったような壁の前に立たされていたのが彼らだったってことはあるのかな。
It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant.
A cold sea.
論理プラス2近くマイナス1。帽子。百科事典プラス1つくぐらいなら論理プラスにした方がいいんじゃないか。でも知覚が下がるのか。 火事点マジでいらんからな、今のところ。海岸部も広いな。プレファシストのゲイリ。ゲイリなんか聞いたことあるな。
Yellow man. I mean,
The lieutenant raises yellow man. Interesting.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this.
Degenerates. This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
完璧な人間なんていない。あんただって飲みたくなる時ぐらいあるだろう。
Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other.
レバコールって
I
言った
like
の
to
か。
pronounce it the hard way. The old way.
The stoop. He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message. It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
My mug?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, right?
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone. Okay, okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash
お
container
お、持ち
behind
主
the
見つかっ
house.
た。
I know I shouldn't have. You're not going to find me, are you? 払えそうな確認しといたろう。いや。 Okay, I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property, it's... I've been having trouble at work lately.
さ、他人の所有物を使ってゴミを捨てるなんて。
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
どうやって廃物入れを開けたんだ？
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of
こいつが俺に
Martinez.
マルティネーズにある廃物入れのマスターキーをくれたんだ。
So I
他
can
人の
use
廃物
the
入れに
world's
何の用があ
trash
るって言うんだ。
compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob.
ゴミを捨てるのはバカみたいに高くつくんだ。ヒミアリド人どもがヤクザな経営をしてやがるせいでな。本当に悪かったよ。出費を抑えられると思っただけなんだ。
Disgraced. No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up.
片付けただけなんだ。俺はあの男に吊るされていた庭のすぐ向かいに住んでる。
All the clothes lying around in the yard,
smelling. People are
服が
animals,
庭中
you
に
know?
散らばっていた。それにあの匂い、人間だって獣と同じだから。分かった分かった。それで
Then I came out to clean up the
汚れた
rags
服を片
because
付けよ
no
うと
one
したん
else
だ。
would.
他に片付けようって人間はいなかったから
I
な。
put them into the whirling's trash.
それで服をワーリングの
along
廃
with
物
a
入れに
broken
入れ
mug,
た。
admittedly.
壊れたマグカップと一緒に。
Okay. I was coming.
Right. It was.
Exactly. That's exact.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a
今の変な音はなんだ
What sound?
あんたが動いた時に聞こえたカチャカチャ言う音だよ。
Really? There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby. Armor? No. I mean, yes.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth. There's something going on here. You should.
What sound? I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird. I hope I could help your investigation in my small way. I told you everything I know.
He's not feeling too uncomfortable. Shifting around doesn't make him the killer, though. It's something else.
Not many Sealites here, or any.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be a really good one? Well, this is that racist.
Hey, man. All I meant was there are not many Sealites around here.
警部はレバショール生まれだ。
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change. No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any.
さて、ホワイトスキルチェック 42%、カチカチという音。行ってみましょう。ダメだ。
He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like?
I don't pray, officer. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of.
ここで一旦セーブしましょう。で、なんかまだ落ちてる。お金だ。やったね。で、この人が例のおばあちゃんの旦那。
Nice and easy. No way out.
There's a cylinder on the ground.
Who's there?
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements
To what do I...
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
レナに頼まれてきたあんたのことをとっても心配して帰りをずっと待っている。
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
水門がもう治ってる。俺が渡った時は問題なかった。
Oh, good. We should really be.
Did he say we could?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon.
Sir, your wife is waiting.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in. Well, first of all, I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of...
Seems puny, to be honest.
Typical rookie assumption. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of
未知動物学者の話は長いので読み流しています。
cryptozoology's career.
Would be glory itself.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all... Not yet.
Just out of curiosity.
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulin... There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of it's the first credible sighting in I have to resist the thought Such an extraordinary. Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions. Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why. And I'm eager to return my wife and.
Come on, Morel.
And leave the traps. Absolutely.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch.
I'm doing this for science, and so is she. Of course, it's important to her.
She's seen it.
Yes, that's how we first. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian. No. The traps need to be monitored.
He's dead set on this. I could go for some.
Well, they may not look simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawl. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are heard.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior?
Thank you for your opinion. They'll work, I assure you.
The traps do seem to be...
Yes. What? No. Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about... I've just always liked animals and puzzles. It's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the... Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does. Indeed. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw... No, as I said...
まだ道動物を捕まえてはいない。もし君がそういうことを言いたいんだからね。でももう少しというところまで来ている。
Interesting. Something for later.
証拠にはどんなものがあるんだ？
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists...
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research. No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society, 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery. Yes, the Chateauquan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate. And we cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves. More so even
じゃあインスリンで話は
with cryptids. Most
3番目に
cryptids
な
are
ってること
hoaxes
だな。
or they are never found. Indeed. If our expedition...
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him.
Yes?
他に隠し事をしているかどうか見極めるためゲイリーの要素を分析しろ。やっぱゲイリーなんだな。ゲイリーの判定が
Oh, I mean, officers.
平成。平成に1振って、で、服で平成をマイナスしているものがないかどうか。プラスだけかな。 一回勝負だ。
I mean, officers.
チェック失敗。
He keeps shifting uncomfortable.
あー、確率が上がってないな。58% でしょ。もう一回平成に振る？まあでも振ってみるか。
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is... Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't
アーマー
want
自
you
分
to
で着
know.
てたんだ。
We're not detecting falsehood, son.
Gary!
Later, Morale.
No, you've got explaining to do.
被害者の服を廃物入れに捨てた本当の理由を言え。
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags, only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him.
残っていったのは
It was
胸当
early
て
in
だ
the
けだっ
morning.
た。だから
No
それ
one
を彼
saw
の
me.
体が外
I
したんだ
took。it with me. It was a mistake.
俺は胸当てを
Had
持
I
ち帰っ
known it'd
た。
give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have.
でも間違いだった。
Fuck.
We're detecting since...
It's okay. It was a...
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Seolite officers commanded the suzerain's navy.
They were thoroughly conservative men. He
そのアーマーをよこ
realizes.
せ、今すぐにだ。
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots, but so light to hold.
なぜ俺の嘘をついた？
Because I was weak.
The hell, Gary?
I'll explain later.
誰が被害者を殺したのか知って
I
るのか？
always thought it was the union.
犯人は組合の人間だと
Some
思ってる
union。hardasses.
腕っぷしの強い奴
Lynched
ら
them because
だ
of the。strike.
リンチしたんだろう。
But almost everyone in
だ
town
そん
knows
なこと
that.
は街の人間
I
は知っ
wish
て
I
る。
could tell you more.
This is all he knows.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. これで服に関しては靴屋は回収できたってことですね。胸当て以外にもあったのかな。まあいいや。肉体装置プラス1。肉体装置の方が強そうだな。で、海岸線での調査はこんなもんか。何もないね。上がなんかあるな。ここ坂になってんのか。
ノザフェド。回復アイテム。25円貯まった。
You see, a once bright new a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This, you officers, come to investigate the subjects of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostan. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right?
Nice to meet you.
Yes, Hypertext, Young Carp, and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
さっきの窓がどうのという話はどうなったんだ?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was... No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this
The man speaks in the artificial cadence.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after...
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is
フェルド電子の R&D 部署です。リサーチ&デベロップメントかな。
which now sells ink cartridges
研究開発で
was
すね。
once a top dog in the turn of the century
あまり多
cybernetics.
くの人に知られていない。現在、フェルドの主要事業は、インクカートリッジの販売だが、かつては世紀の変わり目に起きたサイバネティクスブームの最前線にいたんだ。
Hold on. What's R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym
リサーチ
for
デベロ
research
ップ
and
メントです
development.
ね。
They don't use it anymore.
はい。
You're probably more familiar with RTD. Research.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotate. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an regret still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, it was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes
テープ式
for
コンピューターのプロトタイプ。
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing, which is a feat of engineering, even today's giants, Rehm, ICN, and Zam, haven't...
He assumes something like a combat stance.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building. All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk.
この辺りのものは全てフェルドが作ったんだ。ワイルドパインズは自社の中間管理職のための品のいい保養地としてマルティネーズを構築していったけど、フェルドは R&D のために町のこちら側を開発したんだ。エンジニア社員たちはどうなった？
He means that the boys
つまり彼らは皆共産主義たちの手で殺されたんだ。ブルジョアだったからな。
Tape computers. They used them for military communications.
革命家は軍事通信に活用したのさ。
The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree?
3月法令が何かって、レバショールコミューンから各通信社や各国の政府に発信されたあの無線伝送だよ。
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Riva Shawl on her political concept album, Bombasy. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was...
The kid takes a peek at the green.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of...
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little...
もう振り落とされてます。
freelancing, I guess
す
you
い
could
ません
say.
が。
I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions.
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
オランヤのフレデフォートにあるウォンプティ・ドンプティ・ドムセンターで開催される展覧会の特別顧問を務めることがあった。
He did it. He said, what the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Joost?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator... In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research
組んだジョークなのかな。全然わからない。どういう引っかかりを覚えてるんだろう、これは。
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Even one would be very useful. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the... Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either... Yes, they even built a...
A pleasure.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of my... But of course, what else? No, thanks to you for having me in, little Mikhail.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather once.
The
remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. The cover...
No, I won't even try. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's...
Someone has left an unidentifiable art. The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft... It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until some...
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jacket? Me neither.
You should still take...
メガバイノの土入りレンズ。百科事典プラスに近くマイナス1いらんな。
It's awful and familiar. It doesn't help. You can still, don't you recognize it? That it's something cold, wake the signs of decaying meat. It announces itself from two. The lieutenant has. There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrap. 2 empty bottles. No, there's more in there.
A tragedy.
Whoever tossed it here, Red Astra is the black market. You see traces of it's no older than. It's hard to con.
そろそろ0時か。ちょっと時間があれですが。
A man lies on the boardwalk.
不や不自然な方向を向いている。スーツ場にスピリッツの空き瓶が置かれていて、手からチューインガムの包装紙が覗いている。
Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The smell is not as bad as the two.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just he's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. You find some sunflower seeds, a rain-soaked library card, folded into 2. His jacket.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that. Or maybe it was just dark. His expression is dull, like the sea behind. Height. One set. There's some dried blood on the metal bench. Right where
金
the
属製のベンチのちょうど死体の頭が乗っているあたりに乾いた血が付着している。
An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair. This.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal.
ベンチの形とも一致している。
Rabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The blackness of death. Stench.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol. I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum.
A 0.75 liter to its mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's. You see way he could have easily disappeared. The entire boardwalk creaked.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this, but that's just a.
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad.
この場所を知らない、こんなところまで偶然歩いてきたなんてことはない。しかしこれは船舶の思い込みすぎない。君はどうだ？
We do know that he was married. But you're right. Let's not run ahead. For now, death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. Oh yes, some symptoms of acute alcohol, but I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. No, I don't see anything that points in that direction.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But
it does seem to be. From where I stand, I can see 2 options.
一つはこの事件を僕たちが引き受けて残された証拠をもとに身元を判明させること、もしくはもう一つは署に連絡を入れて別の者に担当してもらう。現場検査しなくていいのか。
I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
Mm. 事件性はなさそうだもんな。 緒に引き取ってもらおう。この事件をどう解決したものかもう少し時間をかけて考えたい。
No need to rush.
よし。
There's some tear. A metal payphone under a yellow plastic. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
.これ以上探索すると長くなりそうだな。広いな、こっち側も。がどんどん溜まっていく。よし、ここらでセーブかな。よし、この辺にしときましょう。漁村も漁村でエリアが広くて調べるところが大量にある。大変だな。
The library card is folded into two. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. Most of these titles. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dyer.
We should first decide what to do with the body before taking any other actions. Let's take another look at the body.
海岸にある小屋の鍵。これの場所調べてないけど、まあいいか。こんなところですね、今日は。というわけで、遺体は見つけたものの事件性はなしといったところで、ただアーマーだけがたくさん見つかるという結果になりました。じゃあ続きはまたスプラトゥーンが出るまでに少しでも進めないとまずいかなと思っているので、スプラトゥーンとの二重生活になったら相当大変なことになるので、頑張って進めていければと思います。では配信切ります。お疲れ様です。